came in this shit. I might earn my sweatshirt like Tabby a bit. Straight up the rip, all my layers on drip.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, FPL Center, episode 3. This is the mid-season breakdown. As y'all know, we are just entering week 5 now, out of the 6 weeks. Not necessarily mid-season. This is technically the week 4 episode. So, we did it around, that all-star break where it'd be in, NBA. But, we got a lot of things to go over here. As you said, all-star break, the playoffs is up and approaching. We got 2 weeks left before we see, the playoffs, which is obviously the most exciting part of the season. And let's just go ahead and get into what the playoff picture is looking at right now. So, this was accurate as of July 30th. So, if you're watching past that, some of the records may have changed here. But, as you see right now, we have the number 1 ranked Instinct. We would be taking on the number 8 ranked Baltimore Grizzlies. The 2 ranked Bulls going against the 7th ranked Under Pressure. The 3 ranked Most Hated versus 6th ranked Lights Out. And then the 4th ranked Open Lanes versus the 5 ranked School of Wings. And the teams right outside the playoffs here: Play to Win, MLK Boulevard, Broke Bandits, and Fallen Sweet. Normally we always talk about, who's the best team, who's going to win it all this year. But right now, I'm interested to see who's going to make it. We already know Instinct, Bulls, Open Lanes, those guys are going to be there. They're going to be in the playoffs. My question is, who ain't? We got 4 teams here, if you ask me, that are really on the edge here. That includes, Under Pressure, they're 7-9. They got a little bit of a lead, but that can go very quickly. The Baltimore Bulls are tied right now with Play to Win. However, they have the advantage since they just recently swept them in the regular season. So if they do end up tying, Baltimore will make the playoffs. And then Play to Win, they're 5-11, and then the Broke Bandits are right there. The reason I left out Fallen Sweet and MLK Boulevard is because I don't see those guys as true contenders. Even though MLK technically has a better record than Broke Bandits, I have reasons for why I think the Broke Bandits are a better team. We'll go into that later, but I really don't see those 2 teams making the playoffs this year. They haven't impressed me with anything they've been doing, so we'll just have to see how that goes. But we're going to go into it. The current number 7th ranked team, Under Pressure. Get a deep dive into this team. As you see, my colleague, Mr. Brick, will be covered up because no one cares about him. It's all about Showtime out here. Under Pressure, they are led by point guard Sheikh Amaru, a.k.a. Vert City, a.k.a. A good-ass point guard. He's been averaging 22 and 10. And, of course, their center slash lockdown Royalty putting up 14-8. And, the team they've been kind of meddling all year. They started off, I think first 2 weeks they were 4-4. Then they went to, 3-5. I don't know, they were like 2-2, then they went to 3-5, something like that. They've been around, this under 500 team all year. But, they went 3-1 last week. Let's look it up. Ever since I signed Satchmo, life team's been looking great. And left to play, they have to play MLK Boulevard, Open Lanes, Instinct to Play to Win. Open Lanes and Instinct, those are 2 tough games, I'm not going to lie. I predict they drop those 2 games to both of them. And then I'm almost positive they'll sweep MLK Boulevard. And then Play to Win could be a sweep, they could split. So that's why I said this team can go 10-14 or 11-13. And overall, I think they're going to stay where they're at the 7th seed spot. Moving on, Baltimore Grizzlies, they're currently ranked number 8th. However, they are led by Lord Drip. He's one of the rare players in this league who's been leading his team at a small forward position. He hasn't been the ball handler. He's not even the center. He's their off-ball scorer. He's been doing a great job. And I Can't Score, currently the leading rebounder in the league. Even though he gets overlooked, he's been doing his thing over there, averaging 13 and 13. And, before they beat Play to Win, I wouldn't even include them in this conversation, but they just swept Play to Win. That's a big deal because that kind of tells you how you're going to do against these better teams. Play to Win, even though, they don't really have the team there, they have Comp, who is one of the best point guards in the league. We don't have to go over that, Even though a majority of the league doesn't think he'll win MVP, he's clearly putting up MVP numbers. He's almost unstoppable, is what it seems like. I really haven't seen this man have a game below 20 and 10. So, to be able to beat him is very important for this team. And, of course, now they have the advantage if they have a tied record. Left to play, however, they have a very tough schedule. Instinct, Most Hated, Lights Out. Those are 3 tough teams. They might be able to pull 1 win out of those 6 games overall. Fallen Sweet, everyone beats Fallen Sweet, so I'm sure they'll sweep, but you never know. Anything can happen. This is the FPL. This is way more competitive than we had last season. I will say that much, but so overall 7-17 or 8-16, I think they'll miss the playoffs, but this is as you'll see, we have some variance here. We'll go ahead and go right into the play to win team. So I'm just gonna go ahead and look at the projection there. See, they are 7-17. So if they play the worst they can, then I do think that if we go back, I think Baltimore Grizzlies will make the playoffs over them. But overall, I see this play to win team either getting 9 or 10 wins. So it's just all over the board, right? Because comp play to win, like I said, one of 3 players in the league averaging over 25 and 10 right now. He's been playing fantastic basketball. And this has been a team that has beaten the best teams and then got swept to the worst teams. It doesn't really make sense. Like they lost the game, the Fallen Sweet, and then they turn around and beat the Boxed Bulls. Like I don't get it. But that's just what happens when you have a superstar player. It almost reminds me of the Atlanta Hawks in real life with Trae Young. How they're so dangerous on any given night. So I think if this team does make the playoffs, they have a chance to upset anybody. They've already proven it. Like I said, they beat the Bulls, beat Most Hated, beat School of Wings. So who knows who it'll be if they keep playing good basketball. Like left to play, they gotta play open lanes. I see them losing that. Broke Bandits, they might take a game there. MLK Boulevard might sweep under pressure. Hell, they could sweep every team on this list, or they could drop every game on this list. It's a lot of variance, but overall, I think this is the team most likely to make the 8th seed. Moving on, we have the Broke Band. This is the last team I decided to include in this list. However, the reason I put him in here, they just signed this dude. I don't know how to say his name. We're going to call him Kyle. This dude put up 35 and 35 in back-to-back games. Like, that's a crazy start for a dude who hasn't been in the league yet. That might just be the thing they need for this team to start winning games. They did win one of those games against Under Pressure, who, is ranked above them. So, if this kid's the real deal, he can do this to everyone in the league. Hell, they might win out. They have a pretty light schedule. Instinct's obviously a tough team. Play to win. If that Kyle does what he said he is, they could sweep play to win, sweep Fallen Sweet, and hell, they might steal the game against Lights Out. And if that happens, then obviously I think they'll make the playoffs. But from what I'm seeing from this team, if this Kyle was just another player, then I see them missing the playoffs as well. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, this is the FPL award show, but it is not the award you're thinking of. This is the mid-season awards. We're going to go ahead and get right into the awards here. As you see, we have the candidates on the right. This is for the Kobe Bryant Carrying Award. This is given to a player who is on a terrible team, and he has to do everything in his power to will himself the wins. And, let's go ahead and go down the list. Our first candidate here is a point guard for the Fallen Sweet. He averages 20.4 points per game, 10.6 assists, shooting 48-46 shooting splits with a 20.4 PER. His team record is 2-10. Give it up for your point guard, FLN now. And candidate number 2 here, you know him, you either love him or you hate him. Comp play to win, putting up 28 points per game, the league leader, 10.3 assists, shooting 58 for 55 from the field. 36.7 PER with a 5-11 record when he plays. It's Comp Play to Win! And the number 3 candidate on this list, the reigning MVP of the league, coming in, averaging 28.6 points per game, 10.1 assists, almost 4 steals, shooting 63-64 shooting splits with a league-leading 41.5 PER, with a record of 8-6 is Ampy capping. And ladies and gentlemen, your winner, drum roll please, Comp Play to Win. Comp, he did everything he could on that court. He played great. However, his team sucks. That's why he wins this award. When your team sucks and you're still getting wins, that really proves that you are a Kobe Bryant carrying level player. Our next award here, the Tony Snell Jogger of the Year. This comes as someone who, instead of playing basketball, decided to get their cardio in on the court. As you see, we can go through the list here. Italian Bambi of Most Hated, averaged 2.4 points per game, 2 rebounds, 1.7 assists, on 33-39 shooting splits with a 3.3 PER. However, he was 5-2 magically. This man didn't do anything but cardio and was 5-2. That's your first candidate. Candidate number 2, FLM Mira Fallen Sweet. And, she did average, or I said she because the name is Mira. It could be, we don't know the gender. I'm assuming it's a guy, but you never know. Mira put up 6 points per game. Didn't even register a rebound or an assist on an abysmal 27-22 shooting splits with a negative 0.4 PER. This team record was 1-5 when he played. That's a very strong candidate there. Candidate number 3, I hate to put a guy on the list who only played one game, but this man went out there and did nothing but run around for 40 minutes straight. 0 points, 0 rebounds. He had 2 assists. Didn't even attempt a shot. With a 0.5 PER. That was Doogie. Let's go ahead and announce your winner for Tony Snell, Jogger of the Year. Italian Bambi of Most Hated. The reason I decided to give Tony Snell Jogger of the Year is because at least, Mira was out there jacking up shots. Bambi didn't even shoot that much. He only took about 20 shots over 7 games. Look at those stats. I don't got to say anything else. With all due disrespect, Italian Bambi, you are this year's Tony Snell Jogger of the Year. But don't think Mira is out of the nominations yet. The Ray Charles Sniper of the Year, by a landslide. I couldn't even come up with another candidate. It's got to be Mira. 6 points per game, shooting 13 for 48 from the field and 10 for 45 from 3. Like I said, there's only one person I know who can shoot like that. It's got to be Ray Charles. So FLN Mira, you are this year's Ray Charles Sniper of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all we got for you today. We will see y'all in the next show, and thank you for tuning in to this year's FPL ESPYs nominations.